I'll probably just need to update my OBS or something.
You said the highest available is 360, and everything is super blurry.
Yeah, no. I fixed the resolution. Hopefully.
Okay.
It should be streaming in 1080p now. I didn't realize... That's probably been like that for a while.
Yeah, it's always been.
It probably just defaulted, you know.
Mhm.
That's a weird number to develop. 762 by 438. That's a weird aspect ratio to...
Yeah.
Computers are so stupid. They just change your resolution to usually your screen resolution. I don't know how they got 768.
I don't know, man. All right. It's back on. Should look better. Jungum, I need a wisdom save for you as well. Then I'll make that for Zon, one for Jay. And tearing to 19 is a success.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right, that was the formality, but I still need you to roll it. Plus 11, Jesus. So, for both Sparks and Zon are frightened by the Dreadmaw, as you see it sort of appearing in the reflections in the images before you.
When Zelthar gets frightened too, and he runs below deck.
Yeah, he does. He runs really, really far. Gets really, really scared. And I don't have anything else. It was gonna be something funny, but I forgot it.
That was funny.
Upon seeing this, Jay is immediately going to run towards the helm, disregarding the fact that he is now standing next to one of these creatures, as he is trying to steer the ship away and get the fuck out of here. And he's going to use his action to move the ship as far as he can. So that's... Okay. And just so you guys have a point of reference about where he's moving it to, I'll switch you over. Yeah. He's gonna be moving the ship like jetting out of here. Oh, and the cameras are broken now because I was tapped out of it.
Oh, well, the resolution's better.
That's cool. As long as we baby steps. See, this has all gotten worse. Wonder why? 'Cause I'm not using a third monitor anymore.
Oh.
You know, it's fucked up my setup. I had a system and then I changed it for some reason. But Jay, he's gonna move the ship all the way to down here.
That's why you never step away when you're gambling. If you have a system, you
keep winning eventually. Alrighty. But with that, we're gonna move over to Kalos. It is your turn.
Uh-huh. And I am... What conditions do I have presently?
Restrained.
So, okay. So there's grappled and restrained. Alright.
And that one you make a save for at the end of each of your turns.
Which save is it specifically?
Technically you're not. You are just restrained. It's not physically grappling you like within melee range. It has much like a tendril coming out from it.
So like a wisdom?
Oh, it's dexterity.
Okay.
That'll be at the end of your turn.
Yes. Well, that limits my options here. Is that Jay?
That's Jay, currently trying to move the ship away.
Okay. Thank you for answering my questions. I am now going to use Reckless Attack. And use a Brutal Weapon Attack.
Gotcha.
This
would be a straight roll then. 23 will certainly hit.
3. That's 25 damage.
It's gone. And thus the grapple ceases as well. Or the restraint.
Oh, that's nothing or someone or something.
Yeah, that's that one.
This token.
Oh, it has missed somebody.
No, I'm pretty sure it's something.
No, it's that one.
What about the other ones? The other undead ones, that is. Was that the last one?
That's the last visible one on the ship, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of left holding my stick in my hands. What can I? Oh, you gave us ship commands. I have these written down, I think, still.
Oh yeah, there's different stations. Closest ones, of course, are the helm, which is being manned, and the harpoon. The relay is currently unmanned because Dazan is over there helping.
I believe we all like harpoon was our thing.
I think you were at harpoon. Hold on. Yeah, you were the harpoon's
I
nest.
was, yeah.
Yeah. Because I had it written down where everybody was.
May I view the larger map?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can't. Oh. I need an action to use the harpoon's nest, don't I? So I don't have that.
Yes, that is true.
So my turn ends. I man the harpoon's nest.
All right, gotcha. All right, so as we move over, actually, damn, I made a slight mistake, but it's okay. We are going to take the Dreadmaw's initiative, starting with its tail's turn first. Its tail is, as you can guess, the one that handles the moving. And it is going to start off by starting off 60 feet. Get about right there. Oh, let me select it. Actually, I fucked this all up. God damn it. There we go. That is the first part of its movement. Actually, it's going to use its action to do its mighty dash, and it's going to triple its swim speed, so it'll have 180. And it's going to use that to make its the mosey on right up to the ship. Then on initiative count 10, because I believe there's no one below 10. Oh, there's that one actually. That one gets a turn, I think, or he does. Initiative count 10 will be the head of this creature. And starting off, at the start of its turn, it's going to choose to have its mouth opened as it's rushing towards the ship.
Its head gets a different initiative order than the rest of it?
Oh, yeah, head, tail, and body are 3 separate initiatives.
I don't like that.
With their own turns and with their own actions and stuff as well. And hit points and armor classes and things like that. Well, not armor class, just hit points. But along with that, off with a good old chomp. I was gonna do a ram, of course, first. So as it is going to rush towards the ship, because it moved at least 60 feet this turn, it does have advantage on this attack, and it is attacking the manta itself. So I'll tell you folks, the manta in total has about 340 hit points. And this thing does have double damage against objects and structures. Due to its attack size.
So we can see it.
What's up?
Can you show its health bar to us?
Oh, its health bar?
Yes, please.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Okay, the mantis health. I thought you were talking about the sharks.
No. Yeah, show that too if you can.
I mean, if you wanna.
The Dreadmaw's health bar is just gonna go on like Marth's in Smash Brothers. Just gonna go off to the edge of the screen, just keep going.
All right. I was gonna start by ramming the ship. This is at advantage, of course. It is a 23. The manta has an AC of 20, by the way.
Hmm.
Actually, no, that's incorrect. It's an AC of 18. Along with that, so who is? Let me see where everyone's positioned on the ship. This will be within the ship itself. Everyone who's currently
Okay.
residing with this, as it slams into the side of it and it is gets sent reeling. I need you all to make me Constitution saving throws. These will be
So
DC
that-
19.
Is that everybody?
Everyone within the ship, yes, as the entire
Good.
ship is thrown.
So that's everybody.
Yeah.
No. Jesus Christ.
Jungin, a 20 is a success.
Plus 10. Fantastic.
And then
I'm gonna use a lot.
for Jade is on.
Fucking terrible. There we go.
And there we go. That one. So Jade is on, and that one will all fail to save. The DC was a 19.
Oh, I do too.
Yes. Those who failed, you are stunned.
Oh.
Until the end of this creature's next turn. Or until, I should say, the end of the head's next turn.
Jesus.
And then the manta itself is going to take 40 points of bludgeoning damage. This. And for the second part, it is going to use its chomp as it rams the ship. You're going to watch as those massive teeth begin to sort of bite down on the side of the ship, trying to catch it as it's trailing. And
Wait, who's stunned?
Everyone failed.
Terran, Dazan, Jay. Jay is also importantly piloting the ship. And
Oh,
I believe it's and that one. That was done too.
That one, yeah.
so just the Terran and
Terran and the
The
NPCs essentially.
um.
Yeah.
So okay. So someone needs to take over the helm for Dazan or Jay. I think I should stay on the grappling nest because I feel like that would help us evade this thing.
And 1 second, I have to roll for damage against the ship from the bite. It would be 8d12 plus 7 damage.
I presume this thing is gonna have legendary resistances, right?
It is very large.
I think we just need to get
I
the
know.
fuck away.
I just had a cool idea, but there's no point
If you got an
Well,
idea,
that's like-
you're more than welcome. It may not have them. Who can tell? But that would be 39 points of damage, doubled to 78.
Oh. Wait. So in addition to the 40?
Yes.
Fuck me.
So that's about half,
a third.
a third from 350?
118.
262 out of 350.
We gotta go, guys. This
And
is so bad.
as this thing bites down, you guys can feel like a loss of forward momentum as the ship is pulled reeling back for a second into its jaw. And almost by pure happenstance, not even being able to fully control it, as Jay sort of like, you see the light, like as he's sort of dazed by the ship getting rattling, like it just almost like accidentally hits the controls and allow it to actually pull out of this thing's mouth. But I believe you all. Let me make sure. Are you guys big enough to be swallowed? The entire ship is not big enough to be swallowed. I will say that. So you got that going for you.
Great, so he'll just chomp us in half, and then we'll drown at the bottom of the ocean.
But you see parts of the metal
Maybe
begin
we'll just
to
be stranded and not drowned.
from the force. You don't hear the sound of any cracking. You don't hear like a bolt fly loose or anything. But you can see that it has a very real effect on the ship when it does that damage. And that is the head's turn. We're gonna move over to our wonderful little friend, not Zelthar, but Jungun. Jungun. Start of your turn. You are not stunned. You're able to keep your bearings about you, and you are also still by the Ward Right's Bastion.
To tell me what this shield does again. Like, is additional AC, like shield, or
Okay, so one thing I'm gonna go back and I'm going to reduce 5 damage from the ship because your spellcasting modifier is added to this every turn, or as temp HP. So that actually would have already been active because I forgot about this before that. But the physical shield, it's a +2 AC bonus to either the front or the back of the ship.
okay.
You are currently being attacked at the rear.
At the rear, you said.
Yeah, that's where the
Okay.
shark is biting down on, or the dreadmaw.
Because we're fleeing away.
Yeah, but let's say we're not leaving. So I'm assuming the shield's not there. It's probably in the front. So can I move it to the back of the ship?
Yeah, certainly could.
Yeah, then I'll do that.
Gotcha. So as you do that, arcane energy diffusing throughout the front area and reforming towards the back as a protective layer. That's only a bonus action. Anything else you'd like?
Yeah, let's go for this sanctuary post. It's once per long rest. You can cast sanctuary post, forcing all enemies within 120 feet to make a wisdom saving throw or be unable to target the vessel.
Yeah, that's 100%. I will make a wisdom saving throw for the dreadmaw.
You mean the head and the body and the tail, right?
How is the tail gonna make a wisdom saving throw? What does that mean?
Yeah, it fails, right?
If the head does, yeah. And that is a 12. It fails.
All right, I got you. Go ahead.
So with that, you watch as the dreadmaw is unable to target the ship. This pulse of energy goes without, and it's imagine like this almost like shower of mist that spreads throughout the entirety of the ship, pulsing around you guys. And even though you guys are in active combat, but you're not facing combatants actively like right next to you at this exact moment. But you can even feel this sort of slight calmness edging some of the nerves from the situation that you're in emanate, and it has an effect. Dreadmaw cannot target you, but the ship is still unmanned at the moment, or the controls are still unmanned as Jay is stunned.
Right. I'm not moving, so I'll end my turn here.
Gotcha. All right, it is that one's turn. Ugh. Oh wait, no, that one was stunned. Okay, this works out. That way I don't have to do what I... Cool. Sparks, we move over to you.
And I'm frightened.
Yes, I mean, you can't move
No.
closer to the
Oh,
Dreadmaw.
frightened. Right.
But you can't technically see the Dreadmaw right now, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so I have a question.
What's up?
This thing that has allowed us to, not be targeted by the Dreadmaw. Is it like Sanctuary, where if we attempt to do something to it, it can then hit us back? Or is it...
No, it is not like the Sanctuary spell. You can't attack it.
Okay. I am not planning to do damage, but I would like to... because I have no idea how the ship works whatsoever, in any way, shape, or form. I'm going absolutely nowhere near that helm. What I will be doing is going up to the artillerist's nest, which I can do with my feline agility, I presume.
Gotcha.
To get up there. And then I would like to use the Hat of Many Spells to attempt to charm the Dreadmaw into thinking that we are one of its babies.
Interesting. Interesting. Oh, man. I would like to start off by saying that I do apologize. The Dreadmaw has no resistances to anything, nor any immunities to anything except for one.
Charm.
And that is being charmed.
Oh.
Okay, well, I go up there and I cast a spell and it does nothing. Okay, cool.
I'm so
I
sorry.
wouldn't know that, so... It's okay.
But as you go forth and cast this spell upon it, bring yourself into the mind of this creature, And with the charming of someone, it's almost like in a way you kind of like attune yourself to a person. And it is almost impossible to influence any emotions in it besides this idea of this ravenous hunger, one that's unnerving just to peer into as you cast a spell. But as you sort of are unable to break that veil, you still are safe. It is not able to target you, so you guys have at least one round still. Now, with that being said, you guys are not alone here. More of these creatures start to push their way onwards through the ship. And I'm gonna move your token down here. Remember, Sparks. We'll see one appear next to where Dazan is as it merges through the walls while he has his Bigby's hands at his back. Another coming out towards around this area here, towards the middle deck of the ship. And a third one appearing, unfortunately again, right next to where Jung'un is, phasing through the wall in that section.
I'm officially a dwarf.
Oh no.
What?
You got short.
Oh. Man. I'd like to imagine that someone else's campaign out there, they're also playing like a wild magic sorcerer who is also a tabaxi, and they've gotten ridiculously tall over the course of a campaign.
Yep.
I'd like to imagine it's happening somewhere.
The yin and the yang.
Like somewhere out there in the world, as you roll that dice, there's someone else who just got 10 inches taller.
Good for them. Wow, that's
That's inches?
Inches, yeah. 9 inches shorter.
How short were you before this?
4 foot.
Oh my goodness. You're just becoming like a little. I'm gonna put
Like
you
a
in my.
gnome.
I'm gonna like put you in the hood of my cloak soon to carry you
I
around.
have a question.
Oh no, you're an actual cat.
Would it be valid to change you?
Meow.
Would it be valid to change you to like a small creature? Because
Meow.
once remind me to change his token size later.
Oh god.
I am Maine Coon
Like-
sized.
We need like some like true
I think-
polymorph for you.
Maine Coons. I think Maine Coons might be bigger than you right now, actually.
Thanks, rub it in.
wait, you're like. I think Baron's like maybe 3.5 feet from nose to tail. Maybe a bit longer.
This is actually a problem.
Remember when that funny unicorn got summoned underwater and it like, imploded? That was such good times, guys.
Okay. All
Oh,
What was his name? Like Ezekiel or something?
No, it was
No.
a J. It was J
It was-
something.
No,
Tyrone.
no. It was
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Oh, okay.
Tyrone. Right.
Yeah, Jay
Pretty
is
close
in the
to
ship with you.
Ezekiel.
Alrighty.
Oh my god.
But as they begin making their way onto the ship, Taryn, we're moving over to your turn. As
Am I stunned?
yes,
can
you
I
are
ask?
stunned. Yeah.
Real quick, Juggin, what spell effect is this fish under?
It's not a spell effect. It's an effect of the Ward Rights Bastion. It just makes it so that the ship can't be targeted for one turn.
I have a plan, but I can't enact it because I'm stunned.
What is what? Is it like a charm of like sanctuary where if you
It's-
attack the creature, your allies
We can
attack
attack
the creature?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Only one turn.
I literally just asked that question like last turn for my turn. So
Alright.
it's fine, Sean.
Zan is going to. He's going to use his action to disengage. Not a hardy boy.
I thought he
double
was
check.
stunned.
Oh, yeah, Dazan is also stunned. Phew, he's
Yep.
fucked. Oh boy. Jay is also stunned. Kalis, it is your turn.
Well, I'm standing now. I wanted to use the harpoon ability. I believe I'm still raging.
Yeah, and I'll move you over to this map so you can see what's around you.
Harpoon should work on this because it affects large or larger creatures. So I wanted to.
Are you wanting to get closer to it? Yes.
So what I wanted to do was to fire a grappling harpoon at it.
Okay.
You want to tie yourself to the shark?
Well, it restrains the creature.
That is actually true.
And it just says from
Yeah.
to vessels and terrain. So you could technically tether it to something else.
You can also tell it to the wall to pull the ship forward, which would be
Does
a
it
little
not
goofy.
count as like a structure or a vessel?
Well, there is a structure a little bit north of us.
Does the Dreadmaw count as like a vehicle because we're on this larger map?
It is a large creature. Dreadmaw can be large creatures could be targeted. Yeah, I just don't think it'd be to your benefit. But that's up to you. The entanglement net, though, that is a different thing. If that's what you're trying to do.
Well, it says creatures grappled by the harpoon can be anchored in place, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the grappling harpoon.
But what are you attempting to anchor it to?
You have to shoot. So the way it would work essentially is you'd shoot one harpoon at the shark and the other harpoon at something else. That's just worded very, very poorly. So I didn't think about the actual.
Yeah,
I was
but I'll
drinking when I wrote that.
shoot the bisected statue with the other harpoon.
Okay, so you want to tether the
If
shark to the
that is
statue.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be possible. I will say the statue is going to be a bit of a harder shot because you don't really have line of sight on the statue at the moment due to the fact that the shark is obstructing that area.
Okay, well, how?
You could do it to the ground, towards the walls in this area.
Yeah, how much leeway how much slack do I have with this grappling harpoon between the two ends?
It's a very, very long range. It's several hundred feet.
Okay, so I'll do it with I'll grapple it to this cliff right by the school of fish on the southeast.
All right, gotcha. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Which ability?
It'll be it would be This would be a ranged weapon, so it'd be a dex weapon attack. Dexterity.
Am I proficient in this?
It's a simple tool, simple weapon.
Fuck. That's like 15.
What the AC is again? Oh my god, I'm knocking shit all over the place. Where'd my book go? Oh, I set it on the ground.
There's no way.
15. Yeah, 15 hits.
Cool. Well, I'll roll again if I need to aim at the wall, but I'll shoot at him, and then I'll shoot the other end of the string at the wall, and set that to grapple or restrain for
Gotcha.
however long it restrains for.
I'm just gonna draw a line right there so I have it as a note. All right. Gotcha. And actually, I made one minor mistake at the end of the last initiative. I forgot that the body of the creature was supposed to go after Jung-un, but it doesn't do much. It's just going to use its terrifying might.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it can't attack us, can it?
No, it cannot. That's just what it would have done. With that, what's the intelligence of this thing? Very poor. You still have bonus action, anything you like?
I don't have an attack I can make independently. Can you unpause the game? I can't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Can we vault over this mid deck, or is that a wall?
You could vault down, yeah.
Okay, I
You can
vault
do that.
down. Out of the harpoon's den and hang out next to Jay.
Gotcha.
And Sid's here, right?
Yes.
So
Sit in the
Sid's gonna
bag?
stand next to the east Ghost and give him disadvantage on attack rolls, and that's the end of my turn.
Not gonna lie. Make people. I always be forgetting about people.
It's a lot of characters.
Alrighty.
I guess I'll make attacks. So there. Attack, damage,
Both will hit.
damage. That's the end of his turn.
All
24
right.
total.
So with that, we're moving over to Jagan. It's your turn. Wait.
What, Zelthar, was he stunned? Can he operate the ship?
Actually, give me 1 second because I forgot. I made the same mistake before where the head will go before Kalis and the tail. However, they cannot attack you all this turn. But it can try and break the tether. It's going to use its action to do so. As the thing has it snared into place, you see its head knocking back and forth against the thick cable.
This is
That's
a
restraining
DC 15 strength to break free.
it. Is it a strength check? Let me double check. Is it a strength check or saving throw?
It says DC 15 strength, so I assume it would be a saving throw.
Yeah. This thing has a plus 17 to strength saving throws right now.
Okay,
We'll.
but it.
I'll
you
see.
know-
We'll check for natural one.
Okay, well, I guess this is. It's not defined. Is this its action to break free, or is this at the end of
Yes.
its turn, or?
It's using an action to break free.
Okay.
But the only other thing it's really gonna do is you're gonna watch as it sort of like moves forward, almost as if it's like beginning to like start like circling the ship. As you guys see that sort of like the big like center console in the middle, like this sort of huge force moving around the area they're in, that sort of wall that appears to be shifting amongst the radar.
And
But
is
now
the
we'll hop over to
head's
Jugga.
action?
That was the tail. The tail's the one that handles movement.
Okay.
But now, oh yeah, I forgot. Zelthar was scared. He ran away from the ship. Jugun, it is your turn. And you are muted, just so you know.
Okay, sorry. I'm scared. I cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay. What level you casting at?
Huh?
What level you casting it at?
Let's go with 6th level.
6th level? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, lag.
And then the guy immediately next to me needs to take a.
Start of its turn, this will be a wisdom save for 32 points of damage. I think what's happening here when the creature. Cool, gotcha. That's your action. Any bonus action bullshit?
No. I can just see where it's at. No, I don't have anything. Because I don't want to move from the station because the 10th health is really important.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, with that then, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're gonna go over to the body of the creature. Just gonna use this terrifying might again. Only action this really takes. And that one is no longer stunned. Wait, only stunned for 1 round. What is that one gonna do? That's a wonderful question. Let me see. Who's closest to him? Taryn.
Me?
Actually, both Taryn and Jung, and you guys are about equal distance to him. You guys watch as all this is going on. That one has been standing in the middle of like this projection area, and as people are literally fighting to the death in the situation, you see him pull out a pipe from his pocket. He kind of just
Like-
sits down in the middle of the floor.
Like a smoking pipe?
Yeah. You go. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. That makes so much sense. I'm not surprised at all.
Sorry. I knew I was gonna piss you off. I didn't want to say it. All right. Anyways,
Completely unsurprised.
Parks. Hop over to you.
Okay. So, I have multiple questions.
I got maybe 2 answers tops. What you got?
Okay, the artillerist nest. Spells that I vaguely remember, spells that have a range of touch are increased in here, right?
Yes, I believe they're increased to where is
They're
it's not
pinned
on
in
there?
they're pinned in the DM.
No, it's I didn't type that part up for some
A
fucking
focus-
reason.
A focus spell you range is quadrupled. You can use the chamber as an arcane focus. Spell damage is doubled against creatures and max against structures while manning those. So while using it as a focus, your spell range is quadrupled.
So for touch spells, it's supposed to be 60 feet.
Okay. First question before I go any further. Is the Dreadmore within 60 feet of us?
Let me hop on. Certainly yes.
Okay, so that's a capacity first.
It's about 30 feet away.
Now this second one is more interesting.
What the fuck you about to say to me?
That hat of many spells. You're
Um,
aware of the item that you gave me, yes?
I think I might not want to be in a second.
That it, you know how it, any components that are required below 1,000 gold are, I can make for free, right?
Yeah.
What about tuning forks?
They don't have a specific gold price, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but it's part of the, a forked metal rod worth at least 250 gold pieces attuned to a particular plane of existence.
So hypothetically,
200 Hypothetically.
yes. But I will let you know, because this is a baller idea. I wanted to tell you this now. You do remember that what was her name? Aster did specifically say things like most teleportation and plane shift are quite ineffective down here. Take that memory that pops into your head as you will before you conduct your plan. I don't want you to get disappointed.
I mean, I've already been disappointed by Charm Monster, so
terribly.
I might as well get disappointed by the next option. I have nothing else for my 7th level spell today.
Okay. So you're gonna cast plane shift?
I'm going to attempt to cast plane shift on the Dreadmore, yes.
All right. So for using plane shift like that, you still do need to make an attack roll as part of that.
Yes.
So that's step 1. Then it'll make a charisma saving throw against your DC.
Yes, I will use the heightened spell to give it disadvantage. Attack roll. I guess I'll just use Firebolt for the sake of it. Does a 28 hit?
A 28 certainly hits. Now, Your DC is 20, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay. It is not physically capable of beating your spell DC on a charisma save.
Cool.
It has a -4 to charisma.
Dreadmod don't
Yep.
have the Riz.
And just for my own curiosity, no, it got an unnatural one. Okay, this is gonna get
I
weird.
found the best option here to get rid of the thing that scares me the most is to remove it from this plane of existence.
So, what's gonna happen
Mhm.
is, as you guys are standing about, getting engaged with another group of these creatures, as these umbral undead have breached their way into the ship. Sparks, you have made your way up northwards, up going to Artillery's Nest, because despite all the terrible shit happening here, you still have a bigger problem on the outside. With the initial idea of not being able to pierce the hunger of this creature, you decide to just get rid of it entirely. And as you cast the plane shift, almost like this spectral tuning fork appears in your hands as the hat. Actually, no. Here's how it works. The hat of many spells, if it has like a gold cost component, it works like the fucking hat from Harry Potter, where like you'll just like reach in and like you grab it.
Like a rabbit out of a hat.
Yes, and as you pull the tuning fork from this hat and cast the spell, it disintegrates in your hand. But the shark you see on the outside, through the little bubble that you have available to you, you watch as its body begins to like shake, almost as if it's like tremoring, or like an earthquake, or like it's just very heavily like tremoring back and forth. You see ripples coming off from the wave as it increases in intensity, and you watch as it glows like this very like white, almost blinding light, and then just disappears. And as the shark disappears, there's another thing that leaves on with it. The undead that have been invading the ship, they don't seem to have been fully independent of this creature. And as it ceases to exist in this area, they do as well. You watch as they are just dusted. You guys are out of combat.
Ah, it worked. I thought you said it wasn't gonna.
I didn't say it didn't work, I said they don't work as normal.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Interpret that to me what you will.
I hope it.
I
that's
have
a
no
water.
idea.
Or it's gonna die.
Well, I guess we'll work out what consequences I
Maybe.
have caused later. But for now,
If-
we're okay.
If
And-
we know, maybe.
As you guys are sort of all standing amongst the chaos as the events have unfolded, a moment of silence falling over the ship. Taryn, you just see that one kind of like looking over at you, and he's just kind of like, some?
Yes. She'll like just take it and just go. Thanks.
Check on everyone else if possible. Make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
Hey, give
just
me one
come
second.
and find Sparks, and he's just, small.
Oh, buddy, what happened to you?
You've always been small to Jungum.
Oh,
I know, but like,
Smaller.
there's a difference. I was probably like half your height at one point, and now I'm a third.
real quick, as you guys are all recovering, Taryn, can you quickly make me a wisdom save?
Oh boy, is it funny?
Maybe.
You know,
Oh.
honestly, I'm kind of fine with that.
Sick.
I got 12.
Um, 12. Oh yeah, that's a failure.
Cool. What do I see?
You see yourself. Everything is so bright in this room. Like you can see so many like that just the absolute like the scratches along the floor where people are walking. But the weirdest part is yourself. You see yourself in such vivid detail because it's in the third person.
Oh, I hate it. Do I look like this? This is awful. How do people exist around me?
Yeah, that is going. Taryn is going to be playing D&D in third person for the next 2 hours.
Cool.
And I will let you know the whole time that one has been here, he's been seemingly completely unfazed by whatever's in there.
Is it like you're watching a play in front of you? Is that what it's been looking to like you the whole time? Do
What
you
are
feel
you?
like you're not even here anymore?
When she's low on health to the edges of her screen vignette.
A little bit, a little bit. There's
They
like
get like
danger
red a little bit.
indicators. Like the Batman counter symbol
does it-
appears.
Does a Vuvuzela stalk her movements? Nate, no! Wow, wow, wow.
But yeah, no, you're in third person for 2 hours.
Cool.
Process that in your own way. But with that, as you guys are all getting back together, Jay has kind of like started to move the ship out of here just to get the fuck out.
Don't we have like 60 seconds or something?
So that's banishment. What Sparks casted was plane shift. Plane shift just yeah, they just go.
Oh, pardon me.
Twas a 7th
And
level spell that I can
just-
only cast because of hat.
And for out of curiosity, Sparks, where did you intend to send the creature?
The astral sea. You know, the mostly because in Sparks' mind it's a sea, so clearly it would be fine there.
That would be a problem. Can you imagine being that poor fucking pirate on the astral sea? Then all of a sudden, the Dreadmaw just appears next to your ship, angry.
Oh, I totally understand it would be the worst thing ever, but you know, like it's not here, and we don't have to go back. You know what?
It's like
I teleport it to wherever Zentova is.
No, you don't know where she is.
I'm gonna roll a d100 just to see if anyone dies from this. 39? Nah, they're fine.
What
World
was
building.
What would you have needed to have rolled?
I was thinking like maybe like 15 or lower. It was some unlucky guy. But with that, you guys immediately pulling out of here because you guys do have the area to yourselves now if you want to check things out. But that's up to you. You guys seem to be in a bit of a situation.
As Taryn moves around during the next 2 hours, it seems like she's like sidestepping around a person that's not there because she's trying to sidestep around herself that she sees. So like every once in a while she's be like, "Oh, sorry, excuse me."
That's
Leave me alone, I'm Z targeting.
Ah. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I was just going. Oh, I know. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So you know that feature where dwarves can like know the essence of stonework? Could I do that, but like not be a dwarf?
You
I'm
asking
curious
me?
about.
You just
Oh
asking
wait,
me if
did
you
we
know
already
things about
examine that
rocks.
statue last session?
You guys had looked at it a little bit.
I guess I'm just like, I'm kind of curious. Like, can I tell like what this temple was a part of, or what this shrine was a part of? Like, if this was a whole like cathedral, or if this was like just like a way shrine or something that was just built in the random spot.
Um, I would say you go ahead and make me like a history or like a religion check.
That is a 2.
It's hard to tell the exact origins of this figure. I forget. It was something the tyrant. What was this?
It was Iskaval the Drowsing Tyrant, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't seem to be like this is like a religious figure from what you can see, so you're assuming this is not a temple, but it's hard to say much else about the tone of this place just because so little of it remains intact. Where it's at.
Hmm. This place seems important, but maybe not that important. But it could be really, really important.
Well, that's vague.
So where are we going next, Jay?
Uh, out of here if you guys are ready. Going where the current takes us.
This place sucks, so I'm ready.
Shouldn't we, like repair the ship a bit before we go somewhere in case there's a second Dreadmore?
Desan is actually actively working on that. So
Okay.
with that glove that he had that let him cast that Bigsby's hand, you watch as he's kind of using the hand to almost like reshape parts of the metal inside the ship, and then using another ability of the Big B's hand, not the Big B's bracelet, not the hand itself, to actually like make these copies of the material to like overlay on it, almost as if like this is the pretty. You can pretty much tell this is actually the reason he got this thing, was so that it could actually end up making repairs to ship, things like that.
I just extend a hand to Dazan. Material.
Oh, sure. What? What are you asking me?
I just need some scrap metal so I can help you.
That's sweet.
I'll just work on the hull. It'll be fine.
It's not really how it works. I will say, at some point, and it might be best to do it here, as he says Jay. I'm might have to do a few outside repairs as well, just in case to see. Imagine the ship has like layers, right? It's not just like one solid piece. It's like reinforced like layers of things, and I want to make sure that it's not punctured too bad or anything on the outside. We don't have any water in here, which means we're good. But
Yeah, no, I think we have a few bite marks out there.
those aren't.
Can you send me out on a line and I'll start working on the outside of the hull?
Yeah, sure. I'll come help you too. I'll be out there as well. I got it. And as you guys go to like this little like airlock here, you got your like cap of water breathing, like doubly secured. This is the one with a chin strap as well. As he like ties a little line to you, it's like gives like a tug, secure.
Dazan, honestly, I'm not going to start hammering on the windshield or anything. I'm not an idiot.
I know it's a very it's like a very specialized task, you know. Like it's like
Right.
a very like niche skill and knowledge set. Like, and you have those very much so. No one knows the wilds better than you, or you can hit things far better than I ever could.
Yeah, yeah, big dumb bear guy.
No, I didn't say that. Not what I said. Also, bear?
Kalis, you're not a bear.
Not a bear. What?
I
You
know I'm
think you're
not a bear, but it's relatively equal in its capacity to work on arcane contraptions and
No, bears are very smart.
whatever the ship is exactly. Um, look, I was thinking I don't even want to use a hammer because I don't
Great.
want to cause any punctures or like acute damage to the hull. I was just thinking of just sort of like palming it, just like because I've got,
Yeah.
because I've got this magically enhanced belt and I don't want to apply too much force.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, let's get out there. Let's get out there. As you guys get set towards the outside of the ship, and I'll tell. As you guys are running repairs around this, can you go ahead and make me an insight check, Kalis?
I think I already know, but 5.
5. a lot of very good work is being done. You know, you're getting this thing real done. A lot of the parts he's like, it's like it's really caring about the aesthetic of the ship as well. Because you like get a lot of those smaller parts where things might need to be like buffed out or evened out a little bit, as you know. However, for the rest of you all, you can very easily tell that he's just keeping Kalos away from the least damaged parts of the ship, and he basically handed him an unplugged controller.
He's keeping you away from the least damaged parts of the ship?
Or he's keeping you at the least
most-
damaged parts. That way, like, you know, you just, this is something like not too bad, you know? Something that occupying still looks damaged enough that you feel it's important. But
Okay, I think looks pretty good over here. Let me start working on the bite mark on the
I almost got it.
starboard side.
It's yeah, that one's next. It should be just about done.
No, I'm ready for this. Just give me like a. I'd like to try and help him repair the ship faster,
By all means.
even though I don't realize he's intentionally distancing me.
You know what? Let me think about this. Go ahead and we technically don't have like a tinker's tool or anything. It would just make me an intelligence check.
Oh no. Oh no, where's the hat of smart Kalos when you need it? I don't have anything to add to this. Damn it. Wait, no, wait, I can use bolstering magic.
Okay.
Sort of. That should theoretically help this.
You-
You're killing me, Smalls. That's an 11.
11. All right. So like you managed to like you're buffing out those spots, you know, you're making the ship look more like nice and round and even, you know, all the part where it's like, you know, at the end of the day, he's glad to have you out here, you know. Nothing bad happens. It's not like you break anything worse than it is. But it's really hard to metal work with just your hands underwater. It's a very difficult task set upon you. No fault of your own. But as you guys take care of that, the repairs on the outside. Meanwhile, on the inside, Zan is going to sort of like pop his head in towards the artillerist nests. Or Sparks, are you still holed up in there? Or have you made your way out towards the rest of the ship?
Meow.
What the fuck does that mean? That's a yes. Sure.
Yes, I'm still here.
But he's just looking at. He just pops up and just goes. So it seems like you've adjusted to the room well.
Yeah, it's nice. For reference, at the moment, it's green. There are trees.
Oh, it's great. It's trees. Okay. I have to
I
ask.
like it in here.
You sent the shark away. How far do you think you sent it?
I don't know. I mean, I used plane shift, but you know, it's weird. So, why? Can you sense it?
I actually wanted to come up here so I could try and scry for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If you don't mind, because it means it might get a little watery looking up here for a moment.
Oh wait, why do you need to use my stealth if you're gonna strive for it?
I just like the space more. It feels more appropriate, you know.
I squint at him.
I figured you'd want to see as well. You'd cast a spell.
I suppose. Fine.
And as you cast a scrying spell, or as the Zon casts it, a few minutes go by, and then eventually you see it revealed in front of you all, in front of the two of you, and you do see the shark or the dreadmaw. That's because it is still on the material plane.
Sadness.
And
Uh-oh.
it's hard to see the whole picture just because this thing ends up taking up so much of it. But there is one thing you can recognize as you look out the scene where the shark is. One, it is underwater. But the
Big
second thing,
surprise.
the second thing you notice is actually what's behind it. Because behind it, you see the stones that were inlaid into the currents at the entrance of the world. You see the rules laid forth, just reading them backwards from the perspective that you guys are at. And he's just gonna look back towards you. It's like, you don't think that's the one we came through, right?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, no. I mean, it's 3 and 4, or 3 and 4 odds that it went somewhere else, right?
Yeah, but do you know how unlucky we are?
That does seem to be a pattern that I've noticed. I mean, actually, I disagree. I think you guys are very lucky because none of you are dead.
Oh, I mean, we have died though.
But it didn't stick. For most
I
people,
mean,
it
yeah,
does.
but-
Because if we really want to talk unlucky, I mean, as he sort of like just puts his hands in the air.
Well,
I
you
mean,
didn't,
you made it back. You're
you
not
didn't
here.
die.
I was talking about me. I meant more of the entire people.
I suppose.
But yeah, I'm very, very lucky. Very fortunate. But okay. Well, that's something to think about when I sleep tonight. You shouldn't think about that while you sleep. It might give you nightmares, Sparks. Don't do that, please.
I wasn't going to until you mentioned it, but thanks.
Oh, I just told you not to. Why would you do it now?
I give him the squint again.
Oh, that's the eyes you make when you're not happy with what I said. I'll go back down. He just sort of like, the clang sounds. He makes his way back down the ladder. But with repairs being touched up on, if you guys like, you can mark yourselves for short rests.
Am I still seeing myself?
Oh, it's for the next 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Do I know that it's myself? Like who do I think that I am if I can see myself? Who do I think that that is if I can see myself? Do I think that I've been cloned? Like, these are the thoughts I'm having as I'm seeing myself.
That would be like a very like that's fucked up. I wonder. Does it clip through walls? Does the camera clip through walls? I'd like to say it does. It has like a bad like video game camera's quality to it.
Oh my
Or like
God.
if you're like the wrong angle, you're just like looking. you're just like staring. You're just like your head's in the water. You're looking at the outside of the ship.
So is that one sitting in the middle where he has been sitting before? Taryn is also sitting next to him, just like looking and watching something that no one else can see. Just
go
like,
Good lord. That was not the reason that one was sitting in the middle, but that actually makes so much more sense because he was tired of not being able to see.
You can do that third person thing where you stand at a corner and, like walk
No,
into it and pee around with it.
Oh, you can
That's
corner
so
peek.
You can
Oh my
corner
God.
peek with it.
no, she's sitting down right next to that one though.
Would you guys like to mark
I mean,
yourselves
you can
down for
corner
short
peek,
rest? Go
but
ahead.
also when you try and walk around, you're basically drunk, and it's like when you wake up and you're sort of discombobulated, and you're like, what are my fucking thumbs? What are no? It's
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
would be
figured it out.
like when your arm goes limp, and then you're trying to like do some like manual task, like play a video game, and your thumbs are like,
When Taryn walks, she has like stick drift.
yeah.
we see her just wandering around the ship, like walking into the walls, like
Just like canting
why
one
can't I
way.
see myself? Why can't I see
Yeah.
myself?
All right.
Where did she go? Where did I go?
Like, nope, Taryn's not crazy.
But with
Not at all.
that, as you guys take the ship, heading back forth, getting the fuck out of here. Seems that's where we're gonna take a quick 5 minutes, so I can take myself a little break to pee, make sure Violet eats, and then we'll be right back onto it. still play. Oh, she jumped off the bed. She's going crazy. She's going fucking bananas. Drop the sock. Anyways, she looks like she had piss waddles. You're good. Okay, she's good. She's good. I double checked. She had to take a few more steps.
Gotta watch when they start circling.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's laying down in her cake. Good girl. Good girl, Violet. Good place to be. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, we move this at least. Anyways, so as we're picking things back up, you guys all taking a short rest while those repairs are being made, and you guys are heading back off into the world. Not very many choices about directions to go ahead. Only way to really go is forward. And as you guys begin to press on further and further past that rock outcropping and back into the darkness and the depths of this place, Jay is going to call out, the current seems to be getting more narrow one that we're currently in. Well, on both either side, it was maybe 100 feet, 200 feet from edge to edge. And seems like as we've been going forward, it's been slowly getting smaller and smaller.
Is there a problem yet?
No, there's still plenty of room for us to get through.
Alright.
I said before, we had about 200 feet of clearance on either side. Oh yeah. Math. About 100 feet of clearance on either side of the ship, and I think now it's at about maybe 60 feet or so. So pretty substantial, almost half the size. We can still fit through fine for now. But I'm assuming there'll be something forward ahead. Want to let you guys know. And as you guys are at these stations, a few things to ask about. What do you want, Missy? Okay, you just suck your tongue up my nose. That's not cool.
Oh, dogs.
Where is it? You guys waiting your stations. The path is going to start to narrow even more as Jay begins to point it out. And you start to see in the distance revealed to you what seems to be more of these rock formations, not like that island you had seen sitting out beforehand, but much more similar to the ones you had seen when you first entered into the world. Just like they had previously, you see that there are, don't do that, don't eat that, messages magically engraved the stones surround these. It looks like the current that you guys are in splits off into 3 separate lanes. They go by very short titles. I also take these out for you. Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you eating?
See? Well, happened to us all.
No.
Come on, Jeff, get up there. Get up there, come on.
Come here.
We need like a sign for the stream that says "Gone Petting."
God. I know. Come here.
Oh, gotcha.
Take a nap.
All right. But the first gateway is Path Death. The second gateway is titled Misery, and the third pathway is titled Release.
Do they correspond with like left, middle, center, or like what direction are they?
Left one is Death. Middle. Well, they're not technically left. Imagine them like in like a triangular shape. But like bottom
Okay.
left corner is death. The top one is misery, and the bottom right one would be release.
You said top middle is misery?
Yes.
Top middle. I'm just gonna draw a goddamn triangle. Misery, release, death.
And then there's suffocation and no breathing.
And
That's
as
the
you
same
guys
thing.
and as you guys are there, there isn't much revealed in the pathways that lie beyond that point. It seems to just flow into another current. But who is quickly bump. Let's see. Yeah, gotcha. Jay's just sort of calling out, do you all have a preference? I think mine is not death.
Is it? Is it straightforward like the last sign was, or is it an actual, like release is actually the worst one because it seems like the best, and that's the path that everybody would choose?
Maybe it's like it's like a double trick where it's like death is the best one because you should not want death because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like an obvious trap type thing, but it's not a trap.
I don't know.
Sparks, do these say anything? Sparks, please, will you look with your special eyes? What do your special eyes see?
Don't bite me.
And you coming on down,
To
Sparks?
my special, I guess.
I'm sorry, man.
Thank you, Sparks.
As you look at it, Sparks, you only see one pathway, and that is the topmost one, misery. The other ones aren't even have anything written or anything notable in your sight.
That's
I will relay this information.
Is it?
yeah, no, that sounds right. That sort of sounds like life.
Misery loves company, right?
Well, I feel like death and release are sort of like not the concern of this world.
I think misery would be the worst choice because you have to live with it.
And that one just goes, all things die.
It's very true.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Not dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Yet.
about all things.
Who's all things?
Oh, I was gonna ask you who all things
Well,
is.
they died.
No, there's no
All thinks is this wonderful
All
little
thinks.
goblin man.
No,
What's a
that was
goblin?
something.
I agree with that one. All things do die.
I also agree with that one.
I'm not. I'm gonna live forever.
You're gonna die.
No.
You're going
mean-
to die.
Yes.
May go old, might stabbed, but you're gonna die.
Well, no. I mean,
Blow up?
I don't think I'm gonna
Bomb.
die from age. I'm in that regards I'll live
Arrow?
forever, but I will get no. You see, what I will die
So
to
you will
is
die.
that this godlike figure that stands above us, deciding our path, really likes to put invisible monsters anywhere near me when I move, and then they fall from the ceiling onto me. Why, God, why?
Sounds like
Still
you
fits,
need
though.
a different god. That sucks.
Yes, God, why do you do this to me? Why?
I'm not God. I can't tell you. I don't know.
I wasn't talking to you.
I feel like Mistra's like
I was
gonna
talking
get
to
offended.
him.
I feel like it's like a jealous warlock patron who's just like, the fuck do you mean you're seeing other gods?
Oh.
And Zahn sort of piping up and all that. Anyways, um, Sparks only sees one path. That probably means something, especially considering that earlier he saw the things that were saying welcome on in, and we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if
because
there's
I'm
only
just
one path,
great.
then there's no choice, is there?
You're doing pretty good.
I mean, I don't think we want death or release. Anyone?
Well, release wouldn't
Anyone?
be too bad, but I mean, I'll
But
go
like
with the
a-
path
So
that
none of
exists.
us wants death or release, is what I'm hearing.
Okay, I'm going
Right.
forward.
Right?
How about cake?
What?
Cake or death? If there's a choice, I choose cake.
That one pipes. I want cake.
See?
Now. We have cake now?
We don't have any cake. I'm sorry.
Why do you say that? You lied.
The cake is alive.
I said I would choose it. The cake is a lie. I'm sorry.
No, you said we had cake, and you lied.
I said that I would choose.
You said we had cake.
I'll get you cake later. Don't worry about it.
And as Jay sets the ship forth, heading through the one titled Misery, a very strange feeling begins to come over the ship. Almost as if there's this palpable tension here. You guys can feel that hair on your necks begin to stand on end as you pass on through. It's just very foreboding feeling. And then realize that this is not unfamiliar to you. It has a very similar essence to traveling throughout the Shadowfell. That constant lurking anxiety that the world always just seems to keep creeping at the back of your minds. Seems to be invading your all's minds while heading through this current as well. Get it out. And as you guys begin to proceed forward through this space, good. Okay, almost there. As you guys are heading, get out, Bubby.
Oh.
See, she coughs it up, but then she just swallows it again. I watch her do this every fucking time. Like, you can solve the problem.
I can see her chewing on it.
Is it good? Is it good, Mara? Oh, you'll get smart soon. But as you guys are heading forward through this space, and that feeling begins to become like incessant riding on you guys. As you guys are traveling, can you guys just make me wisdom saving throws DC 15?
Why would you make us do this? How could you?
Because it's misery.
How I'm already 9 inches shorter. Isn't that enough, God?
Oh.
Isn't that enough?
Do I? Oh.
Could always roll another point of
It's
luck.
but it would be my last one today. I don't know if I want to
Well,
use it.
you could always just join me in failure.
I will. I'll do that instead, actually.
Alrighty. So, Junlin, you pass no issue. Kalis, a wisdom save for you.
Don't get to
And
step away.
oh, okay, we'll get to him in a second. Okay. Well,
Super glad that I got this proficiency in wisdom saves. It's really helping me out.
you know what? Look at it this way. Look at it this way. It kept you above 0.
Yay.
All right. So, oh, now that you're back, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
10. That is another failure. So, for Terran, Sparks, Kalis, and of course, I'll roll the fells as well. Oh my god, I keep hitting 4 instead of R. Stop it. Okay. J fails, Zon passes. Cool. You feel this like lethargy begin to envelop your body. Your movement's becoming like a little bit slowed in action. You don't have like your slow conditioner from the spell, but almost imagine like this general sluggishness that begins to fill you. And as you're trying to manage your body, try to get used to the changes in yourself, there's a very strange feeling, at least in the individual like parts of you. Like,
Is it like that?
sure, man.
Just make sure she's okay. Don't worry about us.
She's good. She's fine.
But
But
she's still making noise.
Is it? Are we still within that second hour, or is it coming? Is that coming to a close? For me?
this would be coming to the close of the second
Okay,
hour.
that's why I'm sad, because I'm losing sight of myself.
You're coming down. You're coming down. But while you guys are in this current,
Taryn's losing her self-awareness.
Yeah.
under the effects of the veil here, I will let you know that for Sparks, Kalis, and Taryn, any healing you receive will be reduced to half, as your body, unwilling to continue on despite your mind being to, is imagine it's almost rejecting many of the forms of magical healing that you may be receiving.
I have a question in that regard then. Do we, like, have disadvantages on death saving throws?
You do not have disadvantage on death saving throws now.
Okay, because that just
Cool.
feels like a very give up thing.
So it's like we're have lethargy and magical healing is reduced,
Yes.
but it's like a preternatural lethargy, where we're just like it feels like we're just like gravity is intensified or something like that.
Yeah. Imagine that in a sense, is your just body feels physically heavier, harder to move. And that part doesn't have its own like inherent mechanical aspect to it, just something to be aware of as you're making your way through this place.
Kalis is just like sprawled out on the floor, like crawling, but he's just like, I feel like I've got 200 squirrels on my back.
Why would you even have that many squirrels, Kalis?
It was a phase.
She's just sitting on the floor next to that one.
Both that one and Jugum and Dazan are completely unaffected by this. But I'll say any of you guys, you're welcome to make me also an Arcana check if you'd like.
Sure,
Jay's
why
affected?
not?
Jay is affected, yes.
Hmm.
Sure.
Arcana.
Why? What's the point in having a +6 when you can only roll 4?
Oh.
You know, I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to roll with advantage.
Go for it.
I want... No, okay, that's
Oh
fine. I'm
my
going to
God.
cry.
Oh no! How did I get the high?
Our
That's
checks
I rolled a
are, our
four
ability checks are very
twice.
heavy.
It's so funny.
Like they just can't
It's-
roll above a 10.
So funny. Because I love it so much. Like, when you use like advantage and like you roll lower, it's like, whatever, who cares? You know, you didn't pass. But when you roll with advantage, you roll the same fucking number. I love that so much. It's my favorite thing that happens.
Hate it, it's bullshit.
I prefer
That's
that
how
over
your
a
luck,
natural one.
like, I know it's not
God,
literally, but
you're
it feels like that's how your
meanie.
luck rerolls always pan out. It's like I went from an 11 to a 12. It's
Yeah.
basically the same fucking thing.
It's like just
Or
telling
it's like
you this was meant to
exactly-
be. This is the luck doesn't get you out the situation.
Dice gods have decreed it so.
But But- Taryn, as you sit and ponder, you've experienced this before. You can tell this is not a fully this is not a one-time effect. This is going to be something that's going to be reoccurringly affecting you guys the longer you are within whatever the effects of this current are. Similar to as like spending time with Shadowfell. If you can resist it, like you do have some time away from it. Like you're good for like the entire day. You don't got to worry about it. But every day, or pretty much every day when you guys wake up, this will be something that you're dealing with while you're here. But
I guess I'll relay this to everybody else then and be like, well, this is how it's gonna be going forward, guys. Every day. The same thing.
We are here to suffer.
It is pretty miserable, the path didn't lie.
Is this pretty normal for Jungam? Like,
I would imagine
Jung-
so.
Jung
That's why
feels
she's got a
perfectly
goddamn
fine.
30. Yeah, that's why you got a 30, dude. She's like, why am I rolling this wisdom save?
like, everyone's acting kind of weird, and they're killing the vibe. Like, we're in like a really cool place right now. All of a sudden, everyone got all like mopey and shit. It's like,
How would y'all act in the same though? No, that's all it's like.
I can't hear you.
This is how y'all act in the Shadowfeld.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think it's that bad for Kalis.
Okay, this got real sad in the Shadowfell.
it was real bad for him.
Yeah, you got real sad in
Yeah,
Shadowfell.
We
he
got
had, like,
art of it, he was so sad.
No, but he'd been like kind of, well, he'd been like kind of in a healthy spot most of his life, so that was just like messed him up.
But as you
Like when you
guys,
first learn that, I don't know, your dog is gonna die or something.
fuck you, I guess.
Oh
So much for getting one yesterday. What the fuck? Anyways, as you guys are proceeding forward through this current of misery, the other currents that have been swirling around this, as this area has narrowed to quite a bit, where you guys maybe only have about 15 feet of clearance on the either side of this ship as it's traveling forward. The different currents and spirals interlocking, weaving all throughout one mass, until before you, things begin to open up. And you see what lies ahead. The current that you guys are in begins to start, narrow a bit, and then expand massively outwards, to the point where it doesn't even really look like a current. It's almost as like it's weird. It's almost as if you're in like an entirely different sea inside of the ocean, as this massive space unfurls around you guys, in front of you guys, I should say. And with that expansion of space, the push of the current begins to start to fade, as you guys are left freely floating in this space. Vast open ocean for you. And Jay's just going to continue the ship forward manually, with no real direction yet this time.
Feels like a spot for an ambush, huh?
So it's like the currents all.
Hey, I know you
like,
just started
met
talking,
up-
but my headset cut out. I apologize. It's because I took it off the
Oh, no.
charger when I got up.
That's fair.
Say that one more time for me.
So it's like the currents all wove together, and then just like we just opened up, and there's no
It's
more
like-
current, and it's just open water.
All those different currents that were like that they were weaving along with you, imagine they like sort of like fanned out, and they're all wrapping around this large like bubble, where it's like this huge open expanse of water where there is no current, as it's almost like it's in its own layer amongst everything else.
Okay.
And as you guys begin to press forward through the open ocean, Jay on the lookout for any sort of landmarks or anything like that. Few things to ask. Taryn, are you stealthing the ship as you guys are traveling? Or are
Yeah,
you guys traveling at normal pace?
Yeah, I've been wanting to ask, like, Taryn would also ask me, like, hey, this doesn't feel great. I feel like we should be stealthing. Should we be stealthing? Like, I feel like we should be stealthing. And if she doesn't get an answer, she's just gonna wander to the back and do
It's like-
that.
Desana's gonna say, like, I feel like you're always hiding, but go for it.
Yeah, I just
Did you turn the
don't
lights
really.
back out?
I don't know if we have to.
In order
But-
to like actually stealth the ship, it's lights out.
Oh, it is lights out?
Yeah.
I don't think we should
Okay.
turn out the lights this time. It didn't work very well last time.
Well, but it kind of did, because we
No.
weren't seen at first.
No, we were still attacked.
No, it worked because, well, last time we were just too smelly.
Speak for yourself.
I'd like
The
to see
creature
where
was
we were
drawn to
going.
blood.
Because you made eye contact. Just don't look at people in the face.
If you force me to be in this metal tube, I would like to see the things so we can run away from the things so they can't sneak up on us like last time. Please, thank you.
Gotcha.
You didn't sneak.
And as you say that, Dazan switched the whole front panel while you guys are talking there, and you just see a massive expanse of ocean, open ocean, surrounding the entirety of you.
Oh, I hate this.
I was
This is
afraid
what
you
you
would
wanna
never want to
see?
see this.
Do you feel better now, Sparks?
No,
Would you like to go stealthy?
no.
Okay.
Is there like a third option where we don't see
just
quite as
gonna-
much?
I'm just gonna slowly start dimming the lights on like the slider bar.
Okay.
Just slowly start turning the lights off. Unless anyone has the light station. I don't know where that's controlled.
So,
What? Oh, good.
as you guys begin to proceed forward, you begin to see landmarks starting to come into view. Strange sights. The first one you see, and these are all quite a distance ahead of you, you're not exactly coming up close to them quite yet. They're spread about throughout the area as well. You see one thing which is like, looks to be a massive machine of some sorts. You see these huge gears sticking out of it, and it's also like merged into like a piece of like earth and land that's over here, a building like structure of some sort, made of various metals. Along with that, you see floating throughout the space what seems to be a massive coral reef, sort of suspended all throughout. But the truly alarming part about that, you could say, is that inlaid like sort of like the middle of this huge reef, you see the skull of a creature. You can tell that it's bone looking at it. And if you'd like to make a check, you're welcome to try and identify it with a good old nature check.
Sure.
Nature. Oh, I'm looking forward to rolling a 4.
Oh my god.
How long have we been swimming for?
I'm
This
just
would have been
rolling so well.
this has just been like maybe like 4 or so hours after you left.
Oh.
Yeah, it has not been a super long time.
Question about these sites that we're seeing, like the things we're going past. Are they suspended in the water, or are they like attached at the bottom to like the seafloor?
They're just floating throughout the water because you guys are nowhere close to the seafloor.
I didn't think so. I don't like that. I don't like that. It feels like the start of an amalgamation of things.
The further down we get, the scarier it gets, though. So
Let me see, what would it got? 19, 12, 18? I'll say both Terran and Kalis, you were able to recognize it. It's not a creature you've seen face to face, I do believe. But that is the skull of a kraken.
a dead
Late-
one, right?
It ain't moving.
It's bone, so
It's the Krakolich.
Oh, wait a minute. 1 second.
No.
One second. That's actually really cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
No.
This is the bulk
Oh.
of
He's writing that
the
down.
DM
I can do.
question.
Oh, there's like aboliches. I can make anything a lich. Duly noted. Continue. Oh,
Wait,
I'm
what?
talking. I'm the one who's supposed to be talking.
Could you tell me the relative size of the coral reef and the building to each other?
I'd say like the size of the coral reef area to put it in like perspective. These are not small places. It's probably about the size of like the main campus, like the 7 Towers, like school and in Revedia. It's like college campus size, like piece of like coral and earth.
Yeah, okay, and is the mechanized tower
It's a single
bigger
building.
or smaller than one of the 7 towers?
Smaller.
Okay, so the coral reef's like real big.
It's very, 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 very big. Along with that, another thing you see, a space which seems to be made of this like clear substance. It's hard to tell what it is because you can almost kind of like see that. It's almost like looking like a fogged glass. But you see another structure like that made of this fog glass. However, it is a perfect cube. Outside of that has no distinguishing features on it. And the last thing you see in this place is something. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the two last things. Second to last thing you see in this place seems to be very clearly a temple of some sorts. These large columns that line the front of it. And the way it's shaped is, it's not like a regular like temple building where it's like ground and then just like, you know, the building itself. It's almost as if it's mirrored upon like multiple axes, like the entrances of it are. So you could come at it from any way. So the temple clearly designed for people who live under the water. But the last thing that would pop out, and this would be the furthest of all these things that you would see, is what seems to be another underwater vessel of some sorts making its way through. But it is still an unmoving in the water. And the space you guys are at, there's not really any details that you may try.
It's a trap.
Can I tell if the foggy cube is related to the ochre jellies and ochre slimes that we encountered in the chaos dimension, whatever it was called? Limbo?
Oh.
Interesting. Is it related to the...
Is it a gelatinous cube?
Just for the sheer fact that you even asked the question, I'm just going to tell you, yes, it is.
I feel like that's me metaing, but
That's
I
a
would
good pull.
roll
I didn't
for
expect
it.
I didn't expect anyone to actually get it. But that seems to be like a massive cube, massive slime.
okay, let's just like points. Sus. I think that thing's made of acid.
All
And
of
that
this
thing-
sus.
And that thing is
Don't
probably
know,
about...
but don't sail into the acid. That'd be bad. I feel like.
And just so you know, the cube, it's about 80 feet every way. It is big old cube.
It's true.
But as you guys are traveling forth, one thing you do not clearly see at this point is the pathway forward.
Mm.
There is more open
but
space in
do
front of
my
you all.
special cat eyes see anything fancy?
Oh.
Oh my god, they don't work, guys. They don't work.
You
My
could-
God, it's an open world gameplay segment.
Jesus
You
Christ.
guys know where we are, right? Like, that vessel
Yes.
in the distance is probably the amalgamation. Or the amalgam, whatever that
Yeah, the amalgam.
Aster told us about.
I will tell you, that vessel does not match the description of the amalgam. Does that look like a sea vessel around your guys' size? The amalgam was
Okay,
supposed to be
gotcha.
this huge thing comprised of a bunch of shipwrecks that they had found.
It's
What vessel
a
are we
trap.
looking at? Can we see at this distance?
It looks very much like on like a meta level, like a submarine, like elongated, like elongated tube.
Okay.
But
I
if
mean, do we know of anyone else that can craft a submarine other than Jay? Have we
His
seen
father?
other submarines?
I give him a pat on the back, and as we ask him if he knows of any other, and cheer him
Oh.
up.
Also, does the submarine that we can see over there look cooler than our submarine?
not even
Very
close.
important.
Important question.
Not even fucking
That's
close.
that's the pat on the back. It's like, Hey, see that shitty submarine over there? The manta is much cooler. Like who do you think could make something, like maybe like half as cool as the manta?
Budget version Manta.
Can we hail it?
You guys should go out and
You have.
No.
If you guys get close
Okay.
enough, you can. You can try.
I don't.
Flag it. We could flag it down the submarine.
I think that's a bad idea.
I think you guys should board it.
Yeah, if you can
I
get.
think we
I
should.
want to. I do.
Big-
I'm intrigued.
No,
Also-
we should ignore it.
Yeah,
I
if you
think you should board it.
if you get within 1,000 feet of it, you can try to communicate if you'd like with a relay chamber.
Yeah, let's do it.
So,
I'm
J-
against this.
as
Yeah,
you guys
but
proceed
we-
forward, just to know, you are also passing. This was the furthest one out, so you're going to be passing by the other landmarks as well.
Could I
hate those
ask for
people.
a little bit of clarification? Like, was there any more detail to the temple? that you
Yeah, I'd
knew?
like to take a look at the temple as we go by to see if there's any movement in it or around it or anything like that.
Go ahead and make me perception checks, and if anyone's using the Oculus, you can do so at advantage.
Can I
Um,
detect magic as well in case there's anything fancy in this temple?
Yes, you can.
If
I
no one else
want-
is there, I'll use the Oculus.
yeah, Zelda
yeah.
would normally be there. I'm in the Veil, so.
Oh my god, it's higher than normal.
That's
Oh.
incredible. 19, 21, 22, 1.
I'm not gonna use
Oh
luck
wow,
on
my
that.
first roll was a 1.
It's fine.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna use luck on it because you guys rolled so high. I'm just be like, doesn't look good to me.
Aaron looking through the wrong window.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? I was almost in the loser club with Taryn.
That's fucked
Wow.
up. That's crazy.
I know where you sleep.
No, you don't. That's my
Yes.
kitchen.
Oh, that's what you think.
So, while
Shouldn't
you
you
do
get a
not-
town map?
What?
Never mind.
Don't worry about it, Dragon. It's okay.
While you guys don't see any movement happening with inside the temple, you can see that there is a little bit of light that emanates from it as you get closer. It's just as you guys were further away, it was too diffused to actually be able to make any of it out. But there is light in there at the very least. And I will say with a 22, what I'll give you is that what you notice is that it's not a consistent light. It flickers almost like if it was as if it was a flame or something.
Is it a
But we're
warm light
under
or is it an
water.
eldritch light?
It's a warm light. But, as you go to hail this vessel, because I believe you were the one at the. Oh no, Dazan's at the relay.
Yeah, NPC.
Well, this still works out. What he's going to, as he comes closer to it, you watch as on the station, he goes to speak. Say, like looking back towards you guys because he doesn't know what he was supposed to say. Is hello? And after a moment goes by, he says, I don't think there's anyone receiving the communication. There's nowhere. I'm targeting this ship, but I don't know if it should be like a call and response, but I don't think there's anyone inside of it to respond.
Oh, they're ignoring it.
Well, if they were
One
just
last
ignoring
question
it,
about
I'd know. Because I feel like the message doesn't even go through. Because he just goes, hello, again, loudly. What was your question,
like
Sean?
you think there's one last question about the temple. Is it like the temple in Smash Brothers where it's just like a disembodied chunk of land?
No, there's no
floating
land
there?
underneath it. It's all like temple. It's all like the column, like it's like kind of like it's just like free floating, suspended in the air.
Does it look
Oh.
like it was like the structure cracked off at the bottom and just like
Nope. It seemed it was designed that way, to be designed to be viewed from multiple angles.
oh, so there's no like bottom.
Yeah.
Whoa, cool.
I'm gonna check it out too. Like, how far is it from the submarine?
You guys would be passing by it if you were going to check out the submarine. But it's probably a few thousand feet away.
Oh wow. Okay. What do you want to do first?
Well, you guys are already contacting the ship, and no one is
mean,
responding. Nor
I have
does...
interest in the other. I guess the other people who would have passed through nowhere and come here. The travelers.
You think this could be the people who came before us? The ones that wrote the stuff on the wall? Or the poems?
Probably.
Maybe.
I mean, if there was a large number of them, they would have jumped at the chance to stop for a meal.
There's only 3 of them.
It's like a big vessel for 3 people, though. As Jay
Yes,
speaks
we don't
up.
know how recently this vessel's come here. After all, it seems quieted, so they could have been long dead for all we know.
Speaking of that, looking at the vessel, does it, can we tell how old it is? Does it has corrosion and wear that might suggest that it's been here for a very long time?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's like been down. It doesn't look like it's under a considerable amount of wear. And another thing, there's no damage at all that you can see visible to the ship either. Like there's nothing on the outside, but it has been still staying still, unmoving the entirety of the time that you guys have been approaching it.
So it's not even drifting in a current or anything like that. Is
No.
there a current flowing through here?
No, not really. The current is incredibly light. It's almost non-existent.
Okay. Okay.
Because you're in this wider space. Yeah.
Does it seem like it's staying like stiller than it should even with a light current, or does it seem like that's like, is it more suspended than it should be even with a very light current, or is it like seem to be comporting with the amount of current that is in this area?
I would say that it's very hard to say. Because if this had been in here for like 5 years, this could have been as far as it traveled with the
Gotcha.
currents in here.
Gotcha.
But if it is moving, it's on an incredibly minute scale.
I think you guys should take a boarding party over.
I do
And maybe
not.
salvage.
Yes,
what?
I'm curious to see
I mean,
what would be in this other vessel.
to be frank with you,
Or
if it's,
what remains.
this vessel alone is an incredible piece of technology, the fact that it's able to exist. If there's another one, that's going to have something valuable on it in some regard.
But no, Jay, it's not as impressive as this vessel.
Clearly not. I didn't
It's
think
like
it was.
maybe a third as impressive as the Manta.
That's generous, but sure.
So, but how, if there's so many people who have come down here before, how else would they be able to traverse this if not in a similar like vessel?
Magic?
Yeah, magic.
There are spells, I'm sure, that make you able to breathe in the water for a long time. There are spells that let you create temporary like pocket spaces, things like that.
But the pressure though.
It's mostly mitigated
That's
by
what
the magic.
magic's for.
It kind of is
Someone like
cheating in most
Lara
aspects of
might
life.
have-
I don't know what magic, man.
I feel like someone like Lara might have been able to conjure a magical sphere or barrier and travel down here as a solo party.
With ease, I would imagine.
If you guys are going to board, I can get closer.
No, they're going to board. I'm going to stay here with you.
Let's draw some straws.
Oh, you're not coming, Sparks?
No, not out into the wet. Why would I do that?
No, we're going into the sub.
I know, but we have to leave our sub to get to their sub.
That's factually true.
And there is water between here and there, so I will wait here and keep my eyes peeled for stuff.
Are there any movements of creatures out in the water?
Not that you guys have spotted.
A little
Oh,
paranoid.
yeah. Do you see where we are?
we've met one nice thing and one bad thing. So far, we're even.
The bad thing was really goddamn big, though.
Yeah, but the nice thing there was lots of, and we had a great dinner.
Well, yeah, and also we had shrieking, like, apparitions just sliding through our ship.
And that one's just gonna be
Yeah,
like,
but that
oh,
was-
it happens.
It does happen. Do you know anything about this place? That
No.
one? Okay.
I would like
I
to
mean, as
insight
far
check
as we
that.
understand,
Go ahead.
that anyone who left nowhere would never have been able to return to the middle of nowhere.
Do that.
Never mind.
They'd be elsewhere.
He definitely knows something. He's completely bullshitting you, Sparks.
I'm not even gonna try and inside check him because I did before and I know his deal.
He doesn't know a
That's
single
what
fucking
you
thing.
know.
Again, none of these things happen. You know, you're gonna die.
One day.
I cross his fingers.
Just like your dog.
Wow.
Bad guy. Bad man with bad morals, just so it's clear.
So who's going over? I believe it's me and Kill. Yeah, there you go.
Well, someone's gotta keep an eye on you
Up,
guys.
up top. Up top.
If Sparks isn't going, you need someone who can cast spell. Well, Jungan can cast spells, but there's different kinds of spells. This design sort of like.
Zelthar, you want to come, right?
I think Zelthar and
Right,
should stay
Zelthar?
here with Sparks. So somebody's here on the ship. Are you just gonna fall off? You're just gonna slide off my lap? What are you doing?
So
Well, if only we had someone who could, like, pick locks for us. Besides Zelthar.
Zelthar
Yeah,
can't
it's
pick
a real
locks.
shame.
Zelthar
What-
can pick locks.
No.
I don't know if he knows what keys really are. Do elves do keys? I thought they don't like key. I feel like it's a thing. Am I making that up?
It's just, we've really been missing, like, a sort of, like, very cunning
That's a low-key super
Deceptive.
racist statement.
party member since Santova left.
I've never seen an elf with a lock on his door.
Super racist
Sure.
statement. Oh
Is
my
that?
god.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
That was a
specious
lot.
statement.
If I'm being honest, Dazan.
I'm from a different time. I'm sorry.
Like, just because some of the Fey folk is free doesn't mean we're all, like, you know, living alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
What's up, Joe? What you got for me?
Okay, I was just generally, you know, the submarine that the others are about to go into. I don't suppose there's any windows that we can see right now. Is there?
Towards the front of it, if you guys were to pull around, there is sort of glass on it.
Okay. Could I? Because I kind of would like to go over with them, but I don't want to get wet. So can I Misty Step from one ship to another?
If we were 30 feet away from it, you could.
I could just go into the artillerist's nest and.
If that's what you're
It
asking,
has to-
Jay, go for it.
It doesn't have to be a spot that you can see.
Yeah,
It just has to
Can
be.
you see
there's a window.
from the in the artillerist nest?
Yeah, their killer's nest has an outside
Oh,
window.
okay. Okay.
So, going with that request, as Jay begins to pull you guys further and further towards the ship. Sparks, are you gonna be the first on, or are you gonna wait till they get on and then try and teleport on?
I'm gonna wait until they at least get outside, and then I'll teleport. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah,
as
I
they're
mean, I
kind
don't
of
want
making-
Sparks to be in there alone, so, like,
Can we look
I'll
through the
start
window
disembarking.
first? Can we
Yeah.
look through the window first before we go over, so we can see if there's like blood spattered everywhere or something?
yeah, we should get into position and then we'll go.
And you guys can also telepathically communicate through Dazan.
Oh.
Well, as long as somebody's on the relay chamber, while you guys are in there, you guys can all communicate telepathically.
As soon as we
Um,
come inside of the window, I want to like be looking through to like see if there's any hinky shit inside there.
So, as you guys pull around towards the front of the ship, you're looking through this sort of large, massively thick piece of glass, protecting it from the outside. And one, it's dark inside of it. There doesn't seem to be any internal lights on or anything like that that are peering on through. But for those of you with dark vision or more, there are things to see in here. Aaron called it. However, not exactly. Because you see that it's not just like splatters of blood amongst the floor of this place. At least what you can see, like on this like deck of the ship, or like level of the ship where the window is at, the entirety of the floor is just red. Well, actually, no, it'd be brown. It'd be like more like flaky, like dry blood. But there is quite a bit of it. There's still some spots where it hadn't dried out. So where it is red.
Like, for example, when there's a pressure, problem in a submarine, and people just go.
Well, there's no
Well,
water in there.
They would get crushed
What?
in the pressure.
I don't know. People can explode in pressure.
But the
Well,
ship would implode too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not always.
Right, it would crumple. It would crumple because the pressure is so great. Because the metal would just because metal is relatively flexible. If put under extreme forces, strong enough forces.
We have a recent example of that in the real world.
And let me tell you, working at a comedy theater the day after that happened, ooh, that was rough.
It's Crimea River. Rich people die in a submarine. It's a real tragedy.
I still would
So-
like to go over there.
Okay.
So, like, after we take a look in, yeah, this is gonna go. So, anyone all right over there? Over the intercom?
It's actually funny because, like, even though Taryn called it, I actually can't see in there because I don't have dark vision because I'm a human.
Yeah,
No,
so you're just fine. It's like, everything is fine.
Well, I had dark vision because of the pact, but since I don't have the pact anymore, do I not have that dark vision anymore?
Well, you had that specifically because you were an actual warlock and had warlock levels, which you haven't had for 2.5 years.
That's true. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. So I called it, but I
Blind.
can't see it.
Alrighty.
Oh, that D20 was for my Misty Step to see if I explode, by the way.
Oh, that'd be incredible. But as you make your way forward, you step onto the room. The rest of you guys, the airlocking area for this place seems to be towards where the bottom of the ship is. There is this large, imagine like this cover. And I assume, Kalis, you're going to be the one to open this, to try and keep this thing open to get you guys in. Can you go ahead and make me a strength check?
Can I
I'll
help?
Swim up to.
Yes, you can help.
Swim up from below it, and Michael helps it.
Mm.
19?
That's I mean, that would be a 20.
20?
Because I have the D3. It's a 22.
Gotcha. So, that is enough.
Oh,
As you
Oh,
begin
God.
to pry it open, the sound of the metal, you can hearing it under the water. What opens up is this area before you. Space enough for you guys to all fit in, close this hatch as water begins to drain from this space. And meanwhile, during this time, Sparks, as you have already found yourself making your way inside. The air is...
I just want
Oh,
you
go ahead.
to know real quickly that I have added to this horror movie vibe by rolling a 97 with my tides, which means that I'm surrounded by faint ethereal music.
Amazing.
Is it a sea shanty?
Cue it up.
It's like,
It's a spooky sea shanty.
it's like a very whispered sea shanty, like 10 drowned men in a bar.
So, and also just to clarify something real quick, since Sparks is going in, Dazan is going to stay. That way, someone can be on the relay. That way, you guys can communicate.
Yeah.
But Sparks, the air is thick with the smell of blood in here. You can feel it under your feet, as there is this about 1/4-inch layer amongst the floor in this space. And where you are standing in the front of this of the ship seems to be like the control deck area, slightly inlaid into the ground, but also on like the same like floor. This is just down a little bit. And as that faint ethereal music begins to play, you hear the sound of a loud metal hatch. As on the floor directly below this, because this is about a 3-story ship, there's the floor where Sparks is on, which is the middle deck area, the floor below, which is where cargo and where you guys are coming up from, and there's a floor above that, space above that as well. Words, can't think, thoughts.
There's a lot of blood in here, as you say. Does there look like there's a location where, either there's more or, like
Where it's coming from?
an action point of where it had suddenly appeared from? Yeah.
Where it appears from? Trailing down the stairs. Or from the layer above you, above where you are. And as you guys are coming up to that bottom hatch, you also hear that sort of like weird, like ethereal music on entrance. The sound of like violin, like violins on the E string just whining away, echoing throughout the chambers.
Well, maybe there are survivors.
And on
Excuse
the
me.
and there is blood pooled in the floor in this bottom part area as well. But
Can
given
I
this
tell
was
how old this blood is?
yes, you can make me a survival check.
Can I tell what species this blood came from?
Huh. Nope,
Make,
I can't tell.
that's a medicine check, DC 22. You want to tell the species by the blood? No, you cannot.
So close.
Oh, I'll give you bolstering magic, so you can roll a d3 and do all your attack rolls and ability checks for the next 10 minutes. That's what that ability does.
Better roll 3.
Do you? Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Almost.
And for those of you guys coming up through the bottom area, you also notice that there is some cargo still in here. You see crates stacked upon the far side of this room. And directly to your right, as you're coming up through this, imagine you're coming in at like the tail end of it. As you come up, right next to you is the stairs, and then ahead of that, down into the cargo hold is where like there are these crates and cargo.
I'm going to like as I'm moving around. How at the bottom of the ship? How high on our legs does the blood pooling get?
It's almost ankle deep.
Okay.
It's significantly more down
I'm-
here.
I am wearing the anklets of elven kind, so even though I'm moving through this water, liquid, I don't make my footsteps don't make any sound.
Cool, good to know.
The liquid is blood, Kalis. It's not just liquid, it's blood. Get it right.
And no, actually no. I think it's very clear you guys aren't stealthing at this time. Considering you just yelled your entrances and you got music playing. Jesus Christ. But as you guys are coming up in that area,
The stairs.
you're heading straight upstairs?
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys begin to hear footfalls as Sparks heads his way on upwards. Sparks, what lies ahead of you is what is just a room door. This area is quite a bit smaller. The stairs come up to a landing. The landing is not very wide. About 5 feet forward, you see this huge double door. Not made of like steel or iron or any of the other chip materials. It seems to be made of solid gold.
Ooh.
And it is
You can't steal the door, Sparks.
and it is tightly shut
Alright,
outside for
are
the
you
is tightly shut outside of the blood that drips from beneath it.
Can we meet up with Sparks by following the music?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find him. You got a fucking
Is it?
go ahead.
Do you have a
Is
soundtrack?
the door locked?
The door is locked, yes.
I guess not.
That's good, because it appears to be locked from the inside. So I believe you just have to hit the
Uh-oh.
door, doesn't
Yeah.
So?
it was sort of like a survivor situation.
I can't tell anything bad from opening this door. Nope.
Exactly. Make me a strength saving throw right now.
Oh. Shit.
Oh,
That would be a
Ooh.
1.
Works. As you cast knock on the door, you guys hear this thing echo and reverberate throughout the entirety of the ship. Good? Get it figured out? Alright. You are sent not flying back. As this door, no longer with this magical lock, whatever locks were sealing it, gone, flies open, and what comes out is a massive torrent of blood.
Jesus.
Sparks, you hit the back stairwell as you are carried along with this wave, and you guys underneath
As I'm
it
coming
see.
up the stairs, I'm gonna catch Sparks.
Yeah, as go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
I was gonna try and do the same thing, actually.
16, you can
20 or a 18.
Yeah, you can catch him. But you guys watch as this goes all pouring past you guys, flooding downwards into the chambers below. And as you guys are at the sort of kind of like stairs before the landing, you see those doors of solid gold open up. The room in front of you has this pit, this incredibly like dark red glow inside of it as this light begins to emit. And standing amidst all that, figure, humanoid in shape. And he is also one that looks a little bit familiar. Wait just one moment. Oh, that's why I had the wrong fucking thing open. Alt.
How many... Would I know how many living things would have to die to create that much blood to be held back to create a wave?
Less big ones.
A lot.
If it was just people, I'm just curious. How many humans to fill Olympic swimming pool with blood?
Guys, what's the
I
term for
mean,
like
why
a
don't you just,
like a locked
why don't you
door
go for
on a
Olympic
ship?
swimming pool with water and then, just convert it to blood? I've
Oh.
heard that's doesn't get you put on a watch list when you type that into Google.
I already did. Let me look up. What the fuck is all this extra shit? How many gallons in swimming pool? Okay, it just told me. Okay, that was not helpful at all. That was the worst answer you could have given me.
I feel like you just
Dozens
don't
upon
Google the
dozens upon
question,
dozens
just-
upon dozens. I'd say it'd be triple digits at the very least.
Yeah. Jesus.
And as I was saying, the
Yeah.
man standing in front of you, you see is a familiar face. The pointed ears, dog-like features, and the suit. Strangely like Baron Samir. However, Sparks, you see something else. You see what seems to be this shifting mass of writhing muscle. No eyes, no mouth, no ears, no distinguishable bodily parts, but all seems to be this amalgamation of flesh shaped into what seems to be a person. And in the very familiar tone and voice, he says, I didn't think I'd run into you guys down here.
Sparks, you've got red on you. Oh my fucking god.
And with the introduction of something Samir, that is where we're going to be picking things back up next week.
Oh.
Gary.
Spooky.
Could you do a quick description again of what Spark sees? Sorry.
So what he sees is humanoid in shape, but it almost looks like just muscle, where you see like sinew, you see flesh all about it, but it's not even as if it's like, you know how like when you look at human muscle, like you can see like the bicep, it connects in like different parts of your bodies. It just seems to be one mass of like sinew in a humanoid shape, roughly about 6 feet tall or so. We'll say 5'10".
Is the blood in this room, uh, like, it'd be still bright red, right? Or at least dark red?
Yeah.
Because it's this, it couldn't dry out because there's no room for it to dry out.
Correct. But with that, yeah. Hell yeah, guys. Hope we
Also,
thought that was
we have the answer of how many people who there's 2.5 million liters of water in an Olympic swimming pool from our dear friend Zaries who is watching. 5 liters per human, so that would be 500,000 people for an Olympic pool's worth of
okay.
blood.
This is nowhere near an Olympic pool size, just to be clear. I just wanted a point of reference.
Yeah.
Sorry, 500?
500,000.
How
500,000. So it feels
Thousand.
Yeah,
like
that sounds more right.
I'd say
500,000.
okay, this might be into the 4-digit range. Maybe close to it then. The size of this room.
Or maybe it's
Could
just
be like
a
1%.
magical creature who's
Less
like
than a little 1%.
really sweaty. He's got some creepy sweat.
How are they even all fit on
Hopefully.
this ship?
Yeah, it doesn't logistically make sense in that sense. It's a submarine. It's not like an aircraft carrier.
Yep. But with that, we'll figure out what the fuck that means later on. But if you watched, thanks for watching. If you didn't watch, no thank you. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Not next week. We'll see it. We'll see what happens.